Xiaomi's recent surge to second in the global smartphone manufacturer charts has been built upon the back of devices such as the newly released 11T Pro and the Mi 11 Ultra, but which is the better device for you? Well, let's find out. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Google here on YouTube. Remember to thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then tap the bell icon to be among the first to watch our upcoming videos. The Chinese OEM has had an excellent 18 months, seizing upon the downfall of compatriot Huawei and made huge gains in vast swathes of the market across the globe. A lot of this is thanks to the Mi series of smartphones, which is, as of the 11T Pro, effectively no more. The brand new Xiaomi 11T Pro is the first such device to drop the Mi branding, and although technically still the Mi 11T Pro, it stacks up well against the flagship Mi 11 Ultra, which was released earlier this year. However, even though the 11T Pro is not the highest end device in the Xiaomi lineup for 2021, it offers a compelling argument that might make it the front runner in markets where it will be sold as of this year. But which is the best option for you, and why? Looking at a pure spec sheet doesn't necessarily do the 11T Pro many favours against the Mi 11 Ultra, but it is worth noting that there is a lot similar here. The newer handset does include a few tweaks and changes that some people will probably prefer or choose over the more supposed premium model. A major difference is the usage of a flat 6.67-inch Full HD Plus display on the Xiaomi 11T Pro, whereas the Mi 11 Ultra has a higher resolution 6.81-inch QHD Plus panel. There are some larger bezels on the 11T Pro, but it has to be said that a flat display is highly preferred by many of you out there. Both of these devices do include 120Hz refresh rates, which is great for UI smoothness and does elevate every interaction above devices with lower refresh rates. Toughened Gorilla Glass Victus is used here too on both devices, which is said to be 2 times tougher than Gorilla Glass 6. Even with this tougher glass exterior, it is important to note that a curved display will be more prone to damage. The 11T Pro should therefore fare better if you encounter a drop because of this extra protection. A ceramic backplate though on the Mi 11 Ultra can withstand daily punishment without a case very readily too. The usage of the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 chip and the UFS 3.1 storage does mean that performance levels on both of these devices are practically identical day to day. There is a minor benefit of increased storage options on the Mi 11 Ultra though. The base storage is lower on the 11T Pro at 128GB versus 256GB on the Ultra version. There is no expandable storage on either model though, unfortunately, so it is important to pick your storage allowance wisely. Xiaomi's devices now also come with vastly improved haptic motors, meaning that haptic feedback is very good and could well provide the best experience, maybe on Android. Crisp taps and touches are guaranteed with each and every interaction, and thanks to dual stereo speakers, the audio experience tuned by Harman Kardon ensures that watching video content on either the 11T Pro or Mi 11 Ultra is a genuinely enjoyable experience. On the software front, MIUI is easily one of the most feature-rich third-party Android skins available, and it comes in the same flavour on the Xiaomi 11T Pro and Mi 11 Ultra. Even so, because of the associated hardware, MIUI 12.5 isn't quite the same on the device duo. This is Android 11 though, with some twists and tuning to give you added controls and functions that many of the lighter skins from other OEMs maybe would lack. If you want a mountain of customization at your fingertips, then MIUI is a fine choice, despite some of the iOS-inspired aesthetic changes. Biometric security on the Xiaomi 11T Pro and Mi 11 Ultra is reliant on a fingerprint scanner, however there are some subtle differences in how each is implemented. The 11T Pro has a capacitive scanner housed within the power button, while the Mi 11 Ultra includes an optical in-display reader. Both scanners are fast and accurate, but the 11T Pro does have a very slight edge here. A neat but somewhat pointless secondary screen on the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra does add a level of intrigue, but it can be useful for doing things like checking notifications and even as a framing tool when you want to take selfies with the rear camera setup. By no means a reason to buy the Mi 11 Ultra over the 11T Pro, it is an eye-catching and rather large addition. The script though is flipped when it comes to upgrade or update schedules for the Xiaomi 11T Pro and Mi 11 Ultra. The company recently confirmed that the 11T series will be eligible for 3 years of OS upgrades and 4 years of regular security patches and support. Conversely, the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra is only guaranteed to be updated to Android 12 and likely MIUI 13. It already gets security patches on a 90-day schedule, which falls far short of the likes of Samsung, who offer monthly patches and full updates in a fairly timely manner. That means if you want updates on a regular schedule, the Xiaomi 11T Pro is probably going to be the one you want to be looking at. Along with a few others, Xiaomi has led the industry in recent years with regard to tech and charging speeds. It also helps that the firm is not afraid to throw in huge internal batteries into their devices either. With power-hungry 120Hz displays, you want to be able to rely on your smartphone to last all day, and the 5000 mAh internal cells on both handsets here are more than enough for heavy days, even with the full resolution and refresh rates enabled. You won't need to worry about charging speeds on either device as well, as the 11T Pro comes with the insanely fast 120W wired charging, while the Mi 11 Ultra includes 67W wired and wireless charging, along with the ability to reverse wireless charge at 10W speeds. Not having wireless charging on the 11T Pro is disappointing, but when you can go from 0 to 100% battery in just under 18 minutes, it will definitely alter your charge habits quite drastically. Another thing to note here is that both devices do include an in-the-box charger, and although the Mi 11 Ultra does support 67W wired and wireless charging, the in-the-box power brick is only rated at 55W. With that, you're looking at around an hour to fully charge that 5000 mAh internal cell from 0%. This is still great for such a large battery, but it does pale in comparison to the 120W charge speeds on the new model. The lifespan of each of these devices is fairly similar to when the screen resolution on the Mi 11 Ultra is set to Full HD Plus for feature parity, set it to QHD Plus resolution, and the 120Hz refresh rate on the Xiaomi 11T Pro does offer extended daily longevity. It is worth noting though that this is anecdotal, given that daily usage between people will vary from person to person. Along with charge speeds, Xiaomi has really been pushing the idea that ultra high resolutions are what we are all craving on our smartphones as of late. The Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra easily beats the 11T Pro in sheer focal length versatility, even though the newer handset has a higher resolution main sensor. Having such a large 108 megapixel main sensor is great for flexibility on the Xiaomi 11T Pro, but while that main sensor is pretty darn good and digital zoom is fine, the Mi 11 Ultra is among the best Android smartphone camera setups right now, and comes with a 50 megapixel main sensor backed by a 48 megapixel secondary. Sure, it's not perfect, but the ability to get excellent results at up to 30 times zoom and the fun that comes with that 120 times digital zoom literally cannot be understated. Beyond the main sensor, it is really an unfair contest that the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra easily wins without breaking a sweat. Adding the selfie camera differences and the ability to use that excellent rear camera setup as your selfie camera, aided by that mini rear display, and if you care about mobile photography, then the Mi 11 Ultra is where you should focus your attention. Save some of those extended zoom tweaks and some of those extra focal lengths. All of these same camera app functions and features are present though across both devices. This means you can access things like improved night mode, dual video recording, long exposure and movie effects, as well as the full Pro mode controls. So if you're wondering which device you should choose, then the 11T Pro and Mi 11 Ultra are two phones at very different price points, but by promising longer term support for the cheaper option, Xiaomi almost makes the buying decision for you with its newest release. No smartphone over $1,000, £1,000 or even €1,000 should only get one full Android upgrade, and we're really hoping that Xiaomi reconsiders supporting the Mi 11 Ultra for longer, as it is a beast of a smartphone that offers a great alternative to the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra for instance. On paper, it's easy to see that the Mi 11 Ultra is the bigger, better smartphone, but in reality, the Xiaomi 11T Pro is the only choice if you're looking to hold onto your device for longer than a few years. It has excellent performance, and although it lacks a few things here and there, especially in the camera department, it's a great smartphone for its proposed pricing. If you're in North American markets, you won't have the problem decision between either of these pretty good smartphones. Instead, you might want to look at the OnePlus 9 series or the Galaxy S21 series. In global regions, while the Mi 11 Ultra is a perfect alternative to the likes of the S21 Ultra, it's tough to recommend over the 11T Pro, simply as the Android upgrade plan is pretty damn poor. Ultimately, the choice is yours, but with all of the information we've just bestowed upon you, hopefully you now know all of the core differences to help you make that all-important purchase decision. Let us know which Xiaomi device you would pick down in the comments sections below. But until next time, this is Damien with 9to5 Google saying thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later.